Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Sheila Bila coming to you with another review of Tyler Perry's Sistas Season 8, Episode 2, Tea Time. Y'all, we're going to go ahead and get into this review for Sistas. But, before we jump into it, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. The more you do like up the video, the more it does go through the algorithm, and more people will start to view my commentary on the road to 7,000 subscribers. Y'all, we on the road to 7,000 subscribers. We've come a long way. All right, y'all. What y'all thought about this episode? I don't know. It was all right. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into this episode because it does. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell y'all. I am reviewing Tyler Perry's Fatima. That's coming up, and I am also reviewing the Tyler Perry show, Beauty in Black. I'll be reviewing that as well. So y'all check out for those reviews and put y'all notification buttons on. I normally don't ask y'all, but just put them on or whatever if y'all want to listen to the reviews for those shows as well. All right. So back to Tyler Perry's Sistas. It picks up where it left off from last Wednesday. Andi was getting interrogated, and Robin comes in to save the day. Da 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 da! It's Robin with my, what is it, the red cape on? Yeah, he coming to save Andi because Andi was about to incriminate herself. She was going to give the FBI people motive, and that is what Robin did not want her to do. Because when she was coming in and Robin intervened, the detective guy was like, she was just about to tell us what happened before you jumped in. And Robin was like, I know my client was not about to say that, and also he was like, yeah, she been in here too doggone long. She got to get up out of here. And he turned the recorder off and everything. Let's go. And Andi said, well, I came in voluntarily, right? But Robin was like, and pretty much, because the detective said, well, she was in here she was about to get ready to tell us what she was going to say, and he started talking about her. He called her sweetie, just really degrading her. And Robin was like, I will not have you in here pretty much harassing my client over here. What he said, what's the word, mentally abusing her, emotionally stressing her out. It was one of them words, child, that the detective was doing. That what did he say, mentally emotionally abusing her, whatever he was doing. It wasn't putting his hands on it, but he was pretty much putting his mouth and his words out there to make her feel bad about whatever she had going on with Gary, just to get her to confess. But Robin pretty much had to shut that down because the detective was not letting up. And Robin was like, look, I know who your boss is, and I play golf with their bosses. So yeah, you're gonna have to let her go. This is over. And they pretty much walked out. And I was like, yay for Robin, A for Robin, because Andi was about to really get herself in some deep mess if she would have kept on talking. And I'm like, girl, you a lawyer? Oh, they also brought the fact that she's a lawyer, she know, but he was like, haven't you ever heard that lawyers are their own worst patients? And lawyers have worse because they can sit up here and give advice and lawyer everybody else, but she can't lawyer herself. She need an extra pair of ears, eyes, mind, body, and soul to protect her. Because, child, you give it to Andi too hard, she gonna break. All right, and also another thing, y'all, I grew because in this episode of Tyler Perry Sistas, there were a lot of the same scenes, but you know how they spread them across. So I just grouped them all together. So we're just going to talk about everything, like each scene, the whole entire scene, instead of me jumping back and forth and back and forth. I think that's easier for me that way. And it may be out of order, but we're still going to talk about each scene without the jumping back. All right, so now you have, is his name Hudson? He goes down there. Oh, also too, in that scene with Andi and Robin, that's Andi does find out that that Gary is not dead, and the detective said that he just wanted to see Andi's emotion with her crocodile tears or whatever, her fake tears, just to get a reaction out of her. And Andi did get mad and was like, oh, you had me in here, thinking he was dead, he not dead, and all that stuff. So that was another thing that happened in that scene. Andi found out that Gary was actually still alive. Okay, so now here is Hudson, and he's at the hospital, and he's concerned about Gary, of course, and he finds out that Gary is not dead, and Hudson is looking surprised, confused, and all that stuff. And why he looks so, I don't know, he just looks weird. He looks so weird to me. He looks very oily. And yeah. So the doctor is like, he went into cardiac arrest, he had a heart attack, and all these, those big doctor terms. Pretty much he got stabbed, lost a lot of blood, had a heart attack, and he had to have 6 hours of surgery. And he's now fighting for his life. He's not dead. He's a tough fella, tough fella. And Hudson was like, yeah, that's good. That's good. And they was like, keep an eye on him, and we're not going to let her win. And I'm like, the doctor was like, who? His fiance, Andi Barnes. Andi Barnes is the one that probably stabbed him, that did this and all that stuff. So now Hudson is planting seeds to the doctor and to staff, letting them know that Andi Barnes is the one that could possibly did this. She's a dangerous woman and all that stuff. Treacherous and dangerous. All that. She's just such an evil woman. And I'm like, does Gary have Hudson brainwashed? Because Hudson actually sounds like Gary. The way that he's talking, he's making it seem like Gary is just this angel that could do no wrong. But he's a murderer too. I mean, really? So Hudson is putting the word out that it's Andi, or whatever. So we all know when Andi gets to that hospital, it's going to be some mess. Yeah. All right, I thought this scene was pretty good. I thought it was more sweet. It was like a sweet scene between Pam and Karen. And this is one of the scenes I'm putting all together because it don't make sense for me to be going back and forth when I can just sum it all up here. So Pam comes over and bring Karen some tea and a croissant from someplace in Atlanta. And she's sweet talking Karen, all that stuff, and said that she wanted to be there for her. And once she buttered her up to give her them croissants, and she was like, girl, tell me the tea. You know what I'm saying? What happened with Gary? And Karen is like, I've been in the interrogation room all morning. Like, I don't feel like talking about all this stuff right now. And Pam's whole deal is, look, I heard on the radio over here that some bridesmaids there's some bridesmaids came in there and trying to unalive Gary. I said, what? That's funny. But anyway, they weren't even invited to the wedding. Talking about some bridesmaids. What's it, bridesmaids? That's what it sounded like to me. But anyway, and Karen was like, no, or whatever. So Karen's whole deal is like, I don't even feel like talking about this. You just come over here with some guys. So I thought she wanted to come over here and take care of me, see if I was good. And Pam was like, I did, but I still want to know. You weren't getting this croissant until you tell me pretty much what happened. So, they talk about that for a little bit. And then Karen says, well, you know what? I need your help. I need you to go and open up the shop for her, this morning. And Pam was looking like, I ain't even on the clock today, because Karen also said that she had ordered a whole bunch of boxes and she needed Pam's help to, I guess, label and ship them. I don't know what she's doing with all them boxes, but Pam was like, look, I ain't even on the clock today. I'm not trying to be up in here doing all that. I just came down here for the tea. So after Pam but Pam did help. She did whatever she was supposed to do. And then they talked about Miss Marie Willis and, the sales and everything going in regards to Rooster Riches, because they said that later on Trey was going to come up here and pick up the boxes. But this is the part that I thought that was really nice, because, Pam was talking about her that she needed a business plan. And Pam like, look, I'm not that person when it comes down to business. I'm just here, she's the ideas person. She knows how to do remedies and all that stuff. She's not really that person when it comes to actually sitting down, writing out the vision and pretty much making it plain, telling people, making out a statement of cash flow, making out balance statement, making out a mission statement, making out, what I'm saying, things that correlates with her business in regards to paper, what we're going to put on paper. Yes. And so she was like, I'm not that person, what I'm saying? I'm not. Because really, yeah, it's easy to do, making your business plan. You just want to make sure your numbers are in line. You want to make sure your projections are in line with your product and things like that. So anyway, so Karen was like, well, you know what? I'll help you do that. And then they kind of sat down and was like, Karen was telling her, when I started my business, I went online and I got me a grant, because there are a lot of grants out there for Black women and Black women business starters and all that stuff. And she said it's a lot of help out there. And Pam is like, I need to know, like, I need some help. And I think these were good gems for the audience and women out here that are actually trying to start up their business, because there are a lot of grants out there for, Black entrepreneurs, it's females especially. And and I like the fact that they were dropping a lot of nuggets, like how to start a business. You need a business plan. You need your LLC. You need your business license. You need a business banking account, EIN number, all these different things. And I just like the fact that Tyler is dropping little gems like this, just to let women know, like, it's more than just an idea. It's more than just buying product or creating product. There are a lot of things that go behind that, to push your business forward. Because, child, if it ain't on paper, locked and loaded, sealed, and copywritten and trademarked, anybody can come over and take your idea and rearrange your plan and make it legal for themselves. Okay. But yeah, so I like the fact that Karen did say, she'll step in and she'll help in that regard. And matter of fact, she needs to, because she's part business owner in that as well, So I thought that was pretty good. All right, this is another scene I'm going to group together. So Sabrina comes in, her and Rich, Rich is there for her. She was like, Rich said, I'm going to take care of you. I know you've been a long day interrogation and all that stuff. So Rich is really pretty much big up in her, talking about, he liked the way she looked. He liked her thighs. He liked her lips. He liked her eyes, rubbing all on her and stuff, getting all hot and bothered. And Sabrina's whole thing is, look, wait, I can't do this. I have to wait 2 weeks, because she already got her eggs harvested. And Rich is like, oh, what? Really? Like, dang. Because and then also Rich brings up the fact that he's going to the doctor and he's going to see if his sperm can match her eggs so they can have a baby and all that stuff. And Sabrina is like, look, I don't want you to do anything that you don't want to do, because when you first got into this relationship, you were not thinking about, having kids and all that stuff. I don't want to pressure you. And Rich's whole thing is, look, I did come in like that, but he says as he got to know her, he wouldn't want anyone else to be the mother of his kids than her. I'm like, you don't want him? Do you want her to be your wife? Can she be your wife? Does she just got to be a baby mama? Are we stopping there? Is there going to be more to the story? Like, yeah, I mean, love, marriage, kids. I know sometimes things go out of order, but y'all are openly, if y'all so in love or whatever y'all got going on, y'all can get married and have some kids. You don't want the kids to be in separate households. And Rich seems like he's man enough to do all that for her. So can we get that done also? Yes. So Sabrina is happy about that and all of that. And then they end up talking about Andi. Rich says that, Sabrina says she just feels sorry for her girl Andi, that she got to go through all this. And Rich doesn't feel empathy, sympathy, nothing for her, because Rich's whole thing is, Andi put all of her friends into this. My guy Jordan got him tangled up into this, and he's like head over heels crazy for her, just for Andi to go back to Gary. Like, that's messed up. And so Sabrina really don't want to sit up here and argue about her friend. Like, that's my girl, that's my friend. I'm not going to sit up here and let you judge her and be biased toward her like that. Like, that ain't cool. And she said, we just going to table this conversation. And I agree. Let's just table this, because your emotions are high and your feelings in regard to Andi, and Sabrina's is too. So, and y'all trying to be over here trying to make babies, and y'all don't need to be making no babies in no confusion and chaos. So, yeah. All right. So, this is another scene that I grouped together. This is Danny. And when it first started off, of course, Tony comes over there and he's, talking to Danny in regards to the whole case. Danny ain't trying to talk about this case. Danny just want to get it in. She just want to get it in. She wants some pain, pretty much. And Tony is trying to connect with her on another level. He feels like she is deflecting. She doesn't want to talk about the case or whatever her emotions are. She's deflecting everything with sex. And Danny pretty much got offended. She goes to her room and then she comes back out. And Tony has made breakfast, because it is early in the morning. And they pretty much sit down and have a conversation about it. And Danny is like, if I want to have sex with my man, can we just do that? Leave the therapy stuff to me and Carisha. Is her name Carisha? Katrina. Whatever the therapist's name is, child, leave it up to me and her. This ain't got nothing to do with you. This is separate. She said that the therapist is teaching her how to effectively handle her emotions and communicate. Pretty much, I just summed it up, because Tony's whole thing is Tony was pretty much kind of judging her based off of her actions in regards to her therapy and her just wanting to have sex and things like that. He was kind of being judgy, like, oh, so you don't want to communicate your feelings, you just want to sit up and jump on top of me. And Danny's whole thing is, pain is not the source of everything. Like, your pain is not that good to where it's going to make me forget all my troubles and all my pain. And she was like, I'm not shooting pain up my arm. I'm not going giving head, I need the pain. It ain't that deep. She says, I'm learning how to separate this. Like, if I want to get my rocks off because I've had a hard day, let me do that. And I'm going to is her name Carisha? Katrina? Girl, Sharonda? Whatever these people names is, she going to let her, handle the emotional, like the mental side of her. Tony, you don't have to navigate all the compartments of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, let her handle this and you handle that. And that was pretty much that. All right. So, as we know, look, how did we get here? Okay. So, when the scene had first opened up, Hayden was trying to walk up at that door with his luggage. When he opened up the door, Tamaria was there. So they end up having a long conversation, child, talking about, you did it because this and you did it because of that. Tamaria did it because she had motive because of that video that he was beating her up on while they was getting it in. I guess they was having sex. He was beating her up. And Hayden had motive because Tamaria slept with Gary. So those are the motives between both of them. And they're pretty much threatening each other to go to the police. And then they ended up making a bet, like, hey, well, they ended up making an agreement. Like, look, you don't tell on me, I don't tell on you. You know what I'm saying? We really look better together. This is not the time for us to separate. We have to create a united front just in case the FBI and the cops come knocking at our door. We're going to be together. We're going to hold each other secret. And also, Tamaria broke it down to Hayden that video was fake. She edited it, that whole thing. Gary didn't do nothing that she didn't want her to do to him. Child, Tamaria tried to slap Hayden in the face. It was just weird. They got this old crazy relationship. But at the end of the day, they decided to create a united front. And so they said, let's shake on it. Tamaria said, I got something better than that. She drops down to her knees. She was giving and giving and giving some, head. And they end up having a makeout session. And then we see Hayden with his work clothes on. I said, so Hayden, you went from leaving the country to leaving to go to work? All because you got your rocks off and your girl Tamaria is back. And they ended up apologizing to each other, you know what I'm saying stuff. Hayden was pretty much the main one. Like, I didn't mean what you said. I don't mean it. I don't mean it. I don't mean it. I don't mean it. So he talking about he don't mean it. And Tamaria, she apologized for her actions. He kisses her on the hand. He walks out, go to work. And child, when he walk out, Tamaria wipes her hand from that slobbery spit of a kiss that Hayden laid on her hand. I said, child, Tamaria said, I'm just here for the place to stay. I'm not trying to change my status, my money, my house, my car, whatever Hayden is offering me. I'm not trying to get it up now. You know what I'm saying? So she knew what she was doing. She knew exactly what she was doing. She was like, shoot, Gary in jail. I can't use him to come up. So I got to go right back over here to Hayden, which she don't want to do. Child, if Hayden ain't seen that chicken clucking, he still ain't seen that chicken clucking. But we saw this chicken clucking from a mile away. Raise your hand if you saw the chicken clucking. I did. Chicken head. Child, bye. Tamaria, you did your thing, though. You got your man, your house, you got your money back, and you slept with his best friend. Hey, I can't make this up. All right, so now you over here is Zach and Fatima again, grouping this scene together. Chad, they finna be some Dick Tracy, some Inspector Gadget, child, Nancy Drew. They just finna be some detectives around here, right? Who did it? Who didn't do it? That's pretty much what this scene was. It really wasn't nothing that was, Zach is a stay-at-home dad. I said, Zach, I thought Zach had a company. So, I guess he don't have to go to the company. I don't know, because that's on the team, but he pretty much out working. So I guess I'm confused with this stay-at-home dad. And that was another thing I want to talk about with Zach. Is Zach's name Zachariah or is it Zachary? Because I thought his name was Zachary Taylor. But on one of those episodes, I think it was last episode, Fatima called him Zachariah. So I said, what is his name? Is it Zachary or Zachariah? Zach. Because child, Zach got a lot of nicknames. Anyway, so they just trying to figure out who is the one that's behind everything. And also, Fatima on her way to work, and Zach tells her to watch out for Hayden because, it could be Hayden. He could be running around here stabbing folk too. So you watch out for him. It's a stab on the loose. So that's pretty much what that was. It really wasn't too much to this. All right. So now we have Robin and Andi. They having tea time. Why is Robin all around Andi's house in her cabinets, fixing her tea, asking her what she want? And he's talking about, I know my way around. That's the first thing I was thinking when he was just going through her cabinets, like getting her cups and everything. I know my way around this place. Child, when I tell you the sexual tension is thick between Robin and Andi, it is crazy. You can see it, like it's crazy. Like they really, Jordan, I don't know what you're gonna do. Jordan, I don't know what you're gonna do. But anyway, besides all of that, Robin over here trying to ask Andi, so what does Gary have on you? What is he doing? What is he blackmailing you? What is he holding over your head? Andi is hesitant to tell what Gary has on her. And then Andi is just like, you just left without saying goodbye. I said, I know. He just left all of us without saying goodbye. Now they want to sit up and talk about he been opening offices all up in London and stuff. I said, he opened up offices in London. Child, he barely had the office up and running down in Atlanta. Anyway, so they talking about that, and Robin is still trying to understand like what's going on and how it's good that she didn't tell on herself, whatever it is. And Andy's whole deal is she need to go see Jordan. And Robin is telling her, why are you going to see Jordan? Why? That don't even look good. You need to be going to see your almost dead husband or almost dead fiance over there at that hospital. And Andy is like, why would I want to go see him? I will pluck my eyes out before I go see him. And Robin is looking at her, and I'm looking at Andi too, like, Andi, what does that look like? You running over there to see Jordan while your supposedly man is over there half dead. Like, what does that make sense? And Andy's can be so dumb. So sometimes, like, so you think they're really out there watching me? Yes, girl, they looking at you. You are their prime suspect. So yes, they are looking at you. You know, like, really, Andi? I know you're not that dumb. So they over there talking or whatever, and they kind of get a good kiki. And while they over there, oh yeah, because she brings up the fact, but I'm in here with you. You my ex, you know what I'm saying? You my ex lover. I'm in here with you. We by ourselves. Yes, that's a great kiki, but at the end of the day, he's representing you as your attorney. So that's your attorney. You can say that's my attorney. And who I know that y'all was dating? People know y'all was dating like that? I mean, I don't know. But yeah, so while they was over there talking, getting a good laugh off of what they had going on, so the girls come in like, hey, Danny come in shimmying like, hey, what y'all got going on? Look at here. Karen like, what y'all got? You know, because it's a sight to see. Robin is back out of the blue to save the day in Andy's house. Like, it's a lot of questions going up. Like, what is going on here? So I thought that was kind of funny. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. I know I probably did forget a lot, but charge in my head and in my heart. Remember, Jesus loves y'all. And also, yes, tell me, do y'all think that Robin and Andi are going to get back together? I mean, because the tension is oozing, honey. All the child is there. The connection is there. I feel so sorry for Jordan. I don't know what Jordan got going on. He over there and balled up in the corner somewhere trying to figure out his life. What is Zach's name? Yeah, let me know. Is it Zachariah, child? Zach? I don't. And also, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Just let me know that what y'all thought about this episode. It was a filler, but it was still. When it came down to Andi and Robin, that's when it really did. It was like a real good pick me up. But yeah, this is Sheila. Be the like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Bye.